to utilize that.
I wonder. So I wonder why I'm singing it, and then you're saying that you're gonna use it.
I don't know. I think that's just how it works. Is that how it's been working lately? I guess. Like,
Yeah, you're actually right.
Finish each other's sentences, stuff like that. Right?
Hello, Mr. Brightside.
How's it going, man?
Tiring, man.
Busy.
Long day.
Busy day.
Long day.
What's
yeah.
This? All the responsibilities of a middle-aged working father. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that going?
I mean, it's going good. I mean, I got to thank the Lord that it's able to go.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I could be picking my nose.
You could be. I guess it's a good thing you're not.
Yeah, I got work to do. So
work is good. Work is good. What do we got today? What's down there today? What are we gonna pull out? No surprises today?
Oh, yeah. This is the one that I told you that I bought last week. That was supposed to be for last week.
J-Lo from the block.
From the block.
Cab Savonia. Cab Savonia.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, it looks ready to go then. It's nice and room temperature and good to go.
Yeah. So you saying, my brother?
Oh, here, man. I had a pretty long day too. Work was a little bit hectic. Not as hectic. Didn't have to do too much moving around and stuff, but it was as busy as it gets, I guess.
How did the
perspective?
How did the week of Travis Scott twist treat you?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Getting used to care, remembering that I got to wrap my head before I go to bed. And then when I wake up, it's all like, squinched down. So I gotta make sure I fluff it out before I get out. All right.
Will you sleep with a do-rag or like
do-rag?
Do-rag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do-rag catches the contours. Keeps it all right. Stuff's all over the place sometimes. So a do-rag can tuck it in nicely.
Is it a silk?
Like the shocker?
What?
Yeah. Would you ask me if it's what now?
Did you say like the shocker? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's right. Because I thought you asked me about silk.
Oh my God.
Ain't that your thing, yo?
Well, I mean, yeah, but yeah.
Well, sometimes you try to relate with people. That,
all right.
It's one of those keys to communication is trying to relate, right? So touché. I do my best. Pay attention a little bit,
Touché, Monsieur Bennett.
Yo, you need a machine, yo. So this is your upgrade. So I got my light upgraded. You need like a automatic cork opener with the Pizza in the Breakroom / on it, logo on it.
Is there such a thing?
I don't know. I'd buy one.
Automatic cork.
Like
does that automatic cork?
Wait, is there such a thing with Pizza in the Breakroom on it, or is there such thing as an automatic corker?
Automatic corker.
There's automatic corkers. This is like bzz, done.
Yeah.
Next week on the Breakroom. Yeah, man. Those are such things. I don't have one. I mean, mine's decent, but
yeah, I got in just a little bit ago, but I had to eat. I hadn't eaten all day, and last week I didn't eat.
You felt it.
Yeah. I was wobble after I got off this podcast with you, boy.
It was a long day. It was like, yeah, I saw. I know. I noticed a little bit.
I was wobble.
I hear that, man. No, I like last week. Last week was a good show. That was a good shot. So, yeah, that's a good thing you ate. I ate. Well, recently my daughter does a lot of cooking. So
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, man, she's on fire with it, man. So
yeah,
sometimes I'll be at work and I'll hear a knock on the door and I get like a bacon and egg sandwich in the morning or something, right? Throughout the day, I'll hear, some pancakes are ready, stuff like that. So she has a routine because she also works from home. So she's in the basement locked down and I'm upstairs. Yeah, but dinner now she dabbles. She's like, I'm like, what do you need in the kitchen? She gives me a list of veggies. We buy a couple of different meats. She experiments, cooks it a couple of different ways. Every now and then it's either sometimes it's in the air fryer, sometimes it's in the oven. And then she'll get adventurous. Sometimes she's trying new stuff. So it's pretty cool to watch that actually.
That's dope.
Yeah, shoot, I can't complain. Like I said, she makes the majority of the food in general right now, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. So I ain't complaining. I got nothing to complain about.
Okay, so when it's your turn to make, what's happening?
I mean, I'm making it.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah. I gotta put in mind, but yeah.
Give man's an example of what's on the recipe, bro.
I mean, it depends, I guess, right? Depends on the day. I like to dabble. I'm not against too many things, I guess, right? I wouldn't claim to be a great chef, but I can cook.
Last week, man's asked if he could put his vegan food on top of his burger. Man said, "Could I put it on my burger?"
Yeah, so that's where it goes, right? So, I mean, I can eat vegan. I just choose not to eat vegan. Not something that interests me. I think we had this conversation, but I could eat vegan food.
Of course.
Right? Stuff. I mean, everybody can, obviously.
Everybody does. That's the thing.
Right? Well, right? But then some people, but you have to.
Everybody eats vegan food, but they eat other stuff that's not vegan with it.
Right. I mean, that's the basis of it, basically, right? But you have to do it the right way too. I find people, like a couple people in my life I knew, they wanted to be vegan, vegetarian, whatever it was called at the time, whatever. I know it goes through phases, right? They called it vegetarian at the time. And
it's a totally different thing, though. It's a totally different thing.
Well, I mean, this is part of the problem that I think they might have had with the whole thing in general, right?
Yeah.
Is if you're going to do it, then you got to do it right and realize that, all right, there are things that come from meat that you have to compensate for, right? If you're changing your diet, I mean, anytime you change your diet, you should, have some research and put in what to make sure you get all your stuff, right? So I'm sure in your diet, you make sure you get all your nutrients and vitamins. And
I do my best.
Right. But you can't ignore it, I guess, right? Some people just ignore it and say, you know what? I'm just not, kind of like what you say when you think about it of everybody's already eating vegan, right? So some people think, all right, I just take the meat off of the plate, right? And I'm good. But that's not enough, right? Something's got to replace what you were getting out of the meat. Not the meat, but what you were getting out of it, kind of, sort of. No, maybe, I don't know. That's why I just eat everything, because there's too many rules and shit. So, to each their own, and everybody stays healthy, hopefully. But I just, like, to my point, I just think if you're going to do certain things or make certain choices, you got to make sure that you do research and understand what it is that you're doing, or you could have implications somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure. That does make sense.
All right.
That does make sense.
That part, at least.
That does make sense. Tell me one thing that you make. Tell me your thing.
You mean like my thing? Like what it would, like if somebody was coming over and I had to, like, this is the meal.
Exactly. Great idea. Great example.
You can't come over, I guess. That's the problem.
I eat before I come.
Right. I mean, that's another. How do you deal with that shit?
I was telling somebody that today too, because somebody was planning a baby shower for their sister-in-law, and they're going, balls out. It's extravagant, right? It's supposed to be a surprise. Like, sister-in-law said, don't throw me nothing because there's not enough time. She's like, oh, okay. That means I'm going to do something to blow your mind with the amount of time that we have. Anyways, so she's at the shop and she's talking about all the food that she's going to order and and the curry goat, the lasagnas, the 2 plates of lasagna, the oxtail, the samosas, the chicken, the rice, ordering from this and ordering from that. And I said, oh, so what do you have for the vegans? Right? Yeah. She goes, samosas. I go, oh. I go, so everybody else gets curry goat, everybody's oxtail, lasagna, but the vegans get samosa.
And rice.
And rice. And she goes, so everybody gets all this extravagant food, but anybody that's vegan, like nothing for them.
That's like
oh my God, I never thought about it. I never thought about it. I go, nobody ever really thinks about it. That's why I eat before I go places.
Bada bing, right?
That's why I eat.
I mean, it makes sense.
But then she's like, do you know anywhere I can order stuff from? I go, well, I mean, you're making the lasagnas. Maybe you're making 2 trays of lasagna. Maybe you can make 1 vegan. She goes, oh yeah, I could do that. I go, yeah, you can do that.
Simple life, right?
You can do it.
Yeah, that's the other part. It's just, it kind of comes down to this dedication and what you need to do, or discipline, what you're going to eat or decide to do. Because me, I don't give a shit what anybody does. Just go do it. Just go try to do it right. Not my business, kind of. But no, you're right. It's it's all about the choices people make. But you gotta just be aware, right? Because that hopefully that provided some awareness for one person in the world when they were thinking about. They probably thought they had everything taken care of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's coming in smiling, and you get your rice and samosa.
But here, as simple as that little suggestion I made, it could, like, maybe nobody there is vegan. You know what I mean? But imagine there are 2 people there that are vegan, and she has something super amazing for them to eat as well. It's gonna blow their mind. They're gonna be like, what? So
you get that all the time? Is that like an all the time thing for you? Like everywhere, like it's always a struggle?
I don't take the chance.
But I mean, so good.
I've learned that it could be an issue. You know what I mean? I've learned that mans might just be eating rice and salad, and hopefully they didn't put no cheese on the salad.
True.
But but then I make my and then when I speak to the host, like, oh man, all that food looks so good. I wish I could have some. All
right.
And then let them know, hey man, maybe next time. And people have started like considering me. People have started considering the idea of, like, I don't know what to
alternatives.
Make. I go, you make all this great food, man. You make all this great food. You must be able to make something that I can eat. That's great.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't give me no stir fry. You could do better than stir fry. I see everything else you're doing here. You can do better than stir fry.
Well, it's true though. I mean, but it makes sense. It makes sense. It's just
but I like a stir fry though.
Ain't nothing wrong with stir fry, right? I like a stir fry too. I just like my stir fry with mad meat, extra meat. Full the MSG, stuff like that. No MSG for me.
You want chicken and beef? Yeah, and shrimp. Put the shrimp in there.
All right, that's me, man. And the drippy gravy. Good to go.
What's that place? Place in Town Center? Korea, Japan.
Town Center. Or there was one in Fairview too. I forget the name of that one. Remember, we could fill. I forget. Oh man, you could fill
that's Abacus.
Abacus.
Oh my gosh.
As long as you could close the thing.
Yes.
As long as you could close
noodles hanging out the side. Chicken wings. Chicken wings hanging out the side. As long as you could close it.
You got to backload it, You got to backload and then bend the box and then tuck it in,
$6.
All right, and you got to fill the rice in.
That was not sustainable.
But it was for a while.
It was there for a while, right?
Yeah.
Done.
It was there for a while, and then you'd go inside Abacus, and it would feel like it wasn't worth it for like $12. All you can eat for like 2 hours when you can fill that thing as much as you can for $6,
Mad thing. How do you make money?
Man, how much does that stuff cost?
Especially living like where that Abacus was, right in the middle of all that.
So you're catching all the traffic, and there was residential all around that.
Honestly, I probably wouldn't have cooked dinner if I'm an adult living in that area. I'm not cooking dinner. Like, why am I cooking dinner? I can get like a buffet for $6 and feed the family.
I could go right now and get that. I could take that right now. It's a good deal still. I could like now. Maybe now it would cost like $11.90. It would cost like $11.95. It would still be like a good deal.
That's true, because like a quarter pounder combo back then was probably $3.99. You get the burger, the fries, and the drink for $3.99. Now $17.
Yo, you can't go. One day I went to McDonald's, just me and the fam, and it was like 47. I don't even know. It was like $47. Like,
were you mad?
And I
Were
got
you
and I
mad?
and I got like 2 cheeseburgers for me, right? And everybody got like $47.
Like,
What the hell?
how?
Oh man, that was yeah. That's probably one of the times I stopped going to McDonald's. I can't imagine they have vegan stuff at McDonald's.
French fries.
Is there vegan stuff? French fries is always, but is French fries even a safe bet all the time?
I mean, it all depends on where they're making it, if they have a dedicated fryer or not.
How often do they have a dedicated fryer?
Well, you don't know.
9 out of 10.
You just have to ask.
Out of 10. Out of 10 times.
Out of 10, I think it's a 50. 50%.
50. And then I think we might have talked about this, and that's all on faith, right? So when they answer you just got, yeah, there's an extra fryer. Just
but you can kind of have an idea of the establishment you're in on, like if it looks like a greasy spoon, where everything.
Some greasy spoons all right though, yo.
No, but I'm saying like a greasy spoon, you're not really gonna trust if the fryer is dedicated, because it seems like they ain't got no time to dedicate a fryer to French fries. They're gonna slap everything in there, like.
So then you're having a salad.
I just won't.
True that. Yeah, that's probably for me what would be frustrating, I guess, is going to places and needing to worry, quote unquote, worry about what's it, if I'm going to be able to be fed properly at that spot or be able to have a good meal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess technically you must, like when you're looking to go places, obviously, I'm sure you're looking at different places and know where the heck you're going because this is your lifestyle. But that's something that I always thought about is like, I don't even know, maybe knows, I can't trust certain things, or I would always have to find my own little spots to go. But I guess in the world we live in, they're all out there, right? It's just a matter of I'm not looking for those things when I'm looking for food. Yeah,
you don't have no issue, right? Because once you want food, you in particular, you know what I mean? There's food accessible to you at any time of night. Where for me, like for instance, like I finish work at 8:00. If I don't make it like to a specific spot by 9:00,
right?
It's
especially
a wrap.
Nowadays, right?
Especially where I live, you know what I mean? Like it's not like for instance, maybe from downtown or something. Or even closer in the city, like more Scarborough or whatnot. I could probably find something available to me. But around where I'm at, after a certain time, like not only are like restaurants closed, but if restaurants are open, we don't
that menu's not available. That menu's not available right now.
Yeah, we don't serve your kind.
Me not have that. Me not have that.
That's right. Me not have that.
Have that. Yeah, see, that's what I couldn't deal with that, man. Give me my, like the old reliable. Like, give me my cheeseburger. Give me my bacon cheeseburger right now, please. Right? And fries.
I live right beside a McDonald's, and you like. There's times when I'm like, man. You know what I mean? Like, if I ate this, my hunger problem would not be an issue right now. I just walk over and slap a McDonald's, slap two cheeseburgers are nice, bro.
Still?
When
was the last time you had a cheeseburger? Like, how long you been vegan?
Well, 4 years. 4 or 5 years.
Anything in particular? Any reason particular? Any reason particular?
That I went vegan?
You decided to,
yeah.
That you'd like to share or no?
Well, I went vegan because my father. My father, and I don't know if I shared it with you before, but when I went to go visit him in the hospital for the first time with my son, with Fitz, when I looked at him, he was laying down in the hospital bed, and he's like, "Yo, boy," I said, "I'm have to cut off my foot." All right. So I was looking at him and just look at him laying there, and I'm like thinking, like, man, they're gonna amputate him just now. You know what I'm saying? And then I just looked at Fitz, and I said to myself, like, I don't want him to see me like this.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if diet is the reason why my dad ended up like that. But I said, it won't be the reason why I end up like that. So if I end up like that, we can just count diet out of the equation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
McDonald's. I hear you.
Yeah. So I stopped then. And for the first couple, like first month or two, I'd stopped eating meat and everything altogether. But then I was still eating cheese.
Out of just you didn't realize that was part of the vegan diet, or
again, like I'm brand new.
You were adjusting,
I'm brand new, so I'm not really like thinking. You know what I mean? And if I'm thinking like I'm cutting out meat because of my health concerns, then I definitely got to cut out. Like I realized that I definitely have to cut out dairy because dairy is probably worse.
Right.
You know. So then I cut out dairy and then bit by bit, then I cut out honey.
Yeah.
So now it's no animal byproducts. Right. So for me, it was kind of easy for me to make my adjustment to vegan lifestyle because I had my why. You know what I mean? I had my reason why. Some other people, they have their ethical reasons, like they're about the animals. So it's easy for them because they have their why. But if someone's like, I'm going to go vegan. Oh, I was vegan for like 3 weeks, but I couldn't do it anymore. Yeah, I understand. Right. I understand. Why would you be vegan if you can go and eat this steak? You know what I mean? Like you have no reason why other than just to say that you're going to. You know what I mean? So there's no reason to make you make this frustrating change. And it's frustrating when you don't have a why. But for me, it was quite easy to make the transition. It's quite easy for me to make. You see, where did you go?
Hang on, I'm coming back. There we go. You can see me? Why can't I see you? What happened there?
Yeah, so I was saying it was easy for me to make the transition because I had a reason,
Right. No, that makes sense. Where did I go? Where did you go? Oh, there you are. Sorry about that. It's always at a good time. No, but I mean that's important, right? So first thing, big up to Big Fitz.
Yes. Big Fitz.
So I mean, yeah, that's what's important, right? And it's funny that you say that. See, in the spot today, you can see the spot today.
Is that grandma?
That's my maternal grandmother, right? Today's her heavenly birthday. This picture, I don't know how well you can see it. I ain't gonna move it too tough for much.
I can't see it that good, but I've seen it. I've seen it online.
Yeah, I ain't moving it. Yeah. She was that picture was taken in 1921. Like the actual, like back in like 1921. That she's 14 years old in that picture. I'm sure we can maybe think, but 1921 that photo, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, yo.
Wait, hold on. The photograph was taken in 1921, or that actual picture right there is from 1921?
Like the piece of paper?
Yeah.
I don't know if the piece of paper is from 1920. I don't think the piece of paper is from 1921.
Okay.
That photo, the pose, that the capture is from 1921.
Okay.
I don't even know how that works. But I would definitely not say that the piece of paper is from that long ago.
Okay.
And it's been around. I mean, it's probably pretty old, but yeah, 1921, yo. So it's good to have that picture.
That's 100 years.
Shit, that's 100 years. This picture was fucking taken
100 years.
100 years ago. That's 100. It's 2021.
Yeah, it's 100 years.
Good Lord. Well, I don't know if it was a birthday. Like if that picture was actually taken like actually 100 years ago today, that'd be some crazy shit. Now I gotta check that. Now I gotta check that out. But yeah, so hopefully maybe they're watching down on us with our little podcast today, giving us a little head nod. For that one. I pour out a little liquor for them, but I'm in my living room.
Where is that? Is that England? Is that Jamaica? Where is that?
This should be Panama.
Panama.
Or sorry, no, Panama or Grand Cayman. I forget when she moved.
She moved to Jamaica, or she moved to those islands?
She moved to Jamaica in the end. No, she started in Jamaica. She lived in Cayman for a little while, Grand Cayman,
Mm-hmm.
and then she went back to Jamaica. And she grew up. The family grew up in Jamaica.
And her husband
Yes,
was Jamaican, Panamanian,
he was Panamanian.
Panamanian,
If I
right?
got that right, I could be wrong on the Panamanian side, but he wasn't Jamaican initially, or wasn't of Jamaican descent at
Descent,
the
right?
time. Uh,
I I feel like that's similar to my if I got my history right, my family
mhm,
history right on my mother's side. If
mhm.
I'm correct, my mother's mother's father.
Well, there's my yeah.
So my great grandfather,
Hmm.
right,
Hmm.
was an Indian man
Yeah,
from India
yeah.
and came to work on the Panama Canal,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And then I guess met my great grandmother, which in turn had my grandmother.
It's
Yeah,
funny. I've
so
been lately. I guess maybe it's because I'm getting old. I guess I'm trying to figure. Like I have a pretty big family, both sides of my family.
mhm.
Um, and there was a time that we saw a lot of us saw each other all the time. I'm like the little cousin. So like all my cousins are, yeah, that's right. All my cousins are considerably older than me for the most part that are on my line of cousin. They're all like 10, 15, 20 years older than me because my mom was seventh out of eight kids,
Okay.
right? So she was
Mhm.
seventh out of she was the baby girl.
So some of
So
her siblings were already having kids by the time she was born.
yeah, right.
Okay.
She was probably babysitting everybody. Um, so that's when all my cousins are, and same thing on my dad's side too. But then we haven't seen each other in a while. We didn't see each other in some time, or how life goes and stuff. But recently, I actually was thinking about like let me do the family tree. Let me do this. Let me go try to figure it all out. Like I feel like I should be tasked with putting the whole story together as we talk about exactly what happened. And I found one of my cousins found, Facebook or whatever, like someone like in Egypt, some family in Egypt, like
Mm.
my grandfather's great grandfather, I guess too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some Egypt and all that Middle Eastern part of the world, a lot of that stuff like that. And so I met some family, and you'd never know we were family if we walked by each other in the street.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of I gotta find some people. There's got to be huge branches of things that are going on with the amount of, especially, especially in our parents' day and our grandparents' day, right? Everybody got big families for the most part, lots of big families, and then that's just branches off. That's why we have a million cousins and this like that and all that good
Mm-hmm.
stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would be nice to put it all together. I just got to get it started.
You know, you know anybody in your family that's done ancestry.com?
Or some of them, and then no, I'm not sure. To be honest, I think when I'm ready to start, I'm gonna start asking around. Number one, to find the one that everybody's done the most of, because I guess there's a couple of those around, right? There's
Right,
like
right, 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 right.
so just, hey, what do you use? Look for on this, and because once if you're on the right one, once you type your name in and type two people in, then it's just like 5,000 people in your family. I'm hearing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
how it all connects and things like that. So it'll be interesting. I'm not like there's a good core of the family that I know, but I think it's the next couple of layers, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
my grandmother and her mother and putting that whole story together and stuff like that. It'd be a little bit more difficult. I almost wanted to just, here everybody, I'm going to mail people or email people, just fill this out for me here. Like, your mother, your thing, and then just I thought about just doing it myself like that, but we'll see.
It's a lot of work. It's a huge undertaking that you're thinking about.
Yeah,
It's a
but
huge undertaking.
there was a point. There's some point. It was like 2 years ago on my mom's side before the pandemic. the year before, what's that, 2019, I guess, February. Like one of my uncles passed away. And that was like on my mom's side of the family. It was actually my mother's sister's husband. But my uncle, he passed away. And that's when I saw a large chunk of the family for the first time in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them, like I have a lot of them in the States, a lot of them in like the DC area, stuff like that. And there's like a core of them. And we used to go, I think I talked about it at Caravan, and we used to go back and forth. They used to come up. We used to drive down there a lot. And then like 20 years, and that's nothing. So after seeing them a couple of years ago, I was like, oh man, like good to see y'all, and let's do it some more. And then freaking pandemic. Like I think one of the first things I do is going to go on a road trip once everything opens up to DC. Done. I mean, we'll see everybody. Let's go. So yeah, it's interesting to figure it all out and just see people. Like that kind of stuff is like that little trip was really good for my soul. As bad as it was, like that was the patriarch of that side of the families, like passing away, all the grandkids. We sang, it was actually his birthday.
Yeah.
On the day of the funeral.
Yeah.
Right? We sang happy birthday at the funeral in the church. I've never been to a funeral and they sang happy birthday. I mean, obviously certain things have to line up, right? But so just to be with family and have, that's different. But it was number one, a celebration. Like it turned into a celebration, obviously, because I don't want to say certain cultures, but certain cultures, I guess, handle death and that whole process a little bit differently. And I think our culture, I guess, it's a little bit more celebratory usually. Then it might be a shock to some people how celebratory it ends up. And I know, that doesn't mean that everybody's singing happy birthday or singing at things, but it was different for when I was there. I was moving for me to be a part of that. As weird as it sounds, like
no, yeah.
Like, doesn't that sound like? Have you ever heard that before? I don't know.
Like usually, like you're saying, they sang happy birthday at his funeral, and that sounds like I don't hear that. But what I do, like if I hear about birthday and death, sometimes it'll be he died on his birthday. Do you understand what I'm saying? The person died on their birthday, and it's because of certain circumstances. Maybe they're somewhere on their birthday celebrating and circumstances happen. He dies on his birthday, but I've never really heard it. He got buried on his birthday.
Right. I mean, that's just the way that it worked out. I think it was, and I think at some point it was like, no, we're going to wait till his birthday. I think that was part of the decision too. Like it was like, no, his birthday, it was birthday Saturday. Let's get it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So it was nice in general. I mean, obviously a tough situation, but it was good. That was a lot of family I saw for the first, and because I'm the baby, like I mentioned earlier, and then so I'm the baby and I haven't seen them in like 20 years, right? So the last time they saw me, maybe I had kids, maybe. I would probably, like the majority of them, right? So the majority of them was even before that. So they're saying big me, here I am, gray beard, and I'm walking into the room. They're like, Sean, yeah, man, hello. So yeah, that was fun. That was interesting. That was good.
So I'm thinking about the undertaking that you decided to take on, and recently, have you ever come across the Ancestral Mathematics?
Ancestral Mathematics?
Yeah.
No.
All right. So this is pretty sick. So the math here is in order to be born, all right?
Man.
You needed 2 parents.
Yeah.
4 grandparents. 8 great grandparents.
Yeah.
16 second great grandparents.
Is that what they're called?
32 third great grandparents.
Yeah.
64 fourth great grandparents. 128 fifth great grandparents. Just do the math. Like we go down to 2048 ninth great grandparents.
What the heck? Yeah, is that how it works? I gotta see this chart that you're working with. It sounds crazy. So does it add up to something? How does that work? It adds
No,
up to me.
it's
That's
not.
what it
Yeah,
adds
yeah,
up
yeah,
to
yeah.
me.
It adds
For real. It adds up to me. Wicked. Yes.
Exactly. Does it add up to
There's
anything?
your man. You get that.
Adds up to me.
Get your man. Get your math straight, boy. Yeah. I know. Yes, I know. What was this called? Parental math or whatever the hell you call it.
Ancestral mathematics.
And that's done. Me. That's what equals me.
Brah. Wow.
That's crazy though. That's a lot goes into it.
2048 ninth great grandparents. Like a lot of people happened for you to happen.
Over a long period of time, obviously.
Yeah, at least 400 years. A lot of people happened for you to happen. Golly.
No, I mean when you look at that too, right? So I don't understand how I don't know whichever. I don't think it's Ancestry. What's the one now? Like 23andMe or something like that.
Ancestry.com,
Is that the one?
23andMe. Mm-hmm.
But is it different that the ones that they go? So is it different that there's the ones that are trying to find your like the family tree versus the DNA ones or whatever? The ones that say,
well,
you're 50% this and 30% that. Like
no, right. So
or is that a package deal?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a package deal, but I know my cousin did one time, and she found out she was family with like people that she knows because they've done it. You know what I mean? So I guess their DNA is in the system and their DNA matches, and it'll tell you everybody
I don't like that, man. I don't like that.
Why not? Why? What are you afraid of?
I ain't afraid of shit. I mean, that's an information thing, and I'm not the most. What's the word I'm looking for?
I get it.
I understand how
giving with your information.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, I understand that some of my information's out there, right? But I do try to protect my information. So but I guess once I do that, then I'm committing. That's what I'm committing to, I guess, right? So.
Yeah, but weird. She did it, and like she found out that she has a certain percentage of Irish in her, certain percentage of Indian, certain percentage of a certain country in Africa. I forget which country it was. Like I think there was 2 different African countries in her.
Mm-hmm.
Some there was also some Middle Eastern business in there, and it led me to think I'd love to see what the result would be of say someone from Africa, like an African country, who just from a mother country,
native yes. to Africa,
and just see what it says. It just says boom, 100%. Yes, sir.
It must or no? I guess.
I mean, not must because but well, I mean, when you look at us, we're pretty watered down,
right?
You know what
but
I mean?
Still, yeah, I guess 99.9.
I would just love to be there when like the test results come in from someone from like a mother country just takes it, and
there's got to be stuff for that. We got to be able to find that. Did we get that stats team yet?
No,
we haven't got enough.
No,
not enough followers for the stats team yet. I think we might be able to figure that one out. That information's got to be out there, right? Google it. What happens to people from the motherland when they do 23?
From Congolese,
right? Yeah, or it comes up like lion, and it comes up like a different elephant. Comes up like different. That sounds bad, man. When it comes up to different tribes, maybe. If it has a different tribe, that sounds bad. Cut that, man. Cut that.
Wow.
But you know the funny thing. But you know what the funny thing is?
Go ahead.
It was about Surge again. I think I was supposed to cut. I think I had to apologize to Surge last week.
Last time,
right? So sorry, Surge. We can't talk about Surge. Gets me in trouble.
All right, no more. Yeah, no more Surge. He makes you bad.
He gets of all the things.
He makes you dicey, spicy.
Right?
You got against Surge, man. Speaking of Surge,
I love Surge, man.
Speaking of Surge,
You saw Serge's post?
No, what did it say?
He was like, he was talking to Bam. What's Bam's last name?
Adebayo? Mm-hmm.
At Bam Adebayo, saying he's about to have a career year because the Heat signed Kyle Lowry.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he was just shouting. Well, technically, I guess he's shouting out Lowry, but he was like, "Yo," to Bam, just letting Bam know, Kyle fucking Lowry. Kyle fucking Lowry. That's what I got for Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry.
I used to hate Kyle Lowry, to be honest.
I don't think you hated him more than me.
Maybe I didn't hate him. I was like, what the fuck do we got this guy for? I remember when he came, right? Because remember he came, and then he wasn't Kyle Lowry at that time. I guess maybe except Raptors management thought that they had something in Kyle Lowry at the time. I thought maybe he was definitely a throw-in at the time.
I got my mathematics behind that too.
All right.
I got my mathematics behind that.
What does that one equal? Does that one equal me too, or what does that equal? It equals MVP, right?
No.
Kyle Lowry, no, he's like Drake for me, I guess. He just started off, nah, yeah,
but he was a nah.
He kept going.
He was a nah, bro.
And now, what do you mean?
He was a nah. Like when he started, he was a nah. He was like Mike James. He was like a nah. He came here and just tried to do his own shit. You know what I mean? Like and be out.
Yeah.
But like I was all Jose Calderon. I was
Jose. I guess I was probably Jose at the time, obviously. Yeah.
Because the way Jose played the game, Jose brought the best out of everybody that was on the court. When Kyle Lowry was playing, Kyle Lowry was just trying to do the best for Kyle Lowry. Right? And I'm gonna tell you my mathematics now. They traded and they got Rudy Gay. So before they got Rudy Gay, DeMar DeRozan was still a little puppy, right? Went behind the ears. Kyle Lowry was like assumed the role of big dog, even though I felt like Jose Calderon was the better point guard for the team.
Who else was on that team at that time?
Jose Calderon.
Was Rafael Araujo?
I don't think Araujo was on the team at that time. I think we gotten rid of him. I think Vasquez, or did we get rid of Vasquez to get? Yeah, but Bargnani was there. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sorry. Just level set my brain. Yeah.
So what happens is Kyle Lowry's playing this selfish basketball all this time. I had a buddy, Nick. He's like, yo, Kyle Lowry's like, yo, he's the best. He's the best for the team. I'm like, he's whack for the team. Like, he doesn't make anybody do anything. Nobody scores double digits when Kyle Lowry's playing. Jose Calderon needs to be the starting point guard. Anyways, Kyle Lowry gets hurt, right? Big trade goes down. We get
it's when we tried to tank.
We get Rudy Gay. Yes, it was supposed to be a tank.
Before we
no.
Yes.
Okay.
This is before the tank.
Here's the math. Here's the math.
All right.
Kyle Lowry's doing this shit.
Yeah.
Rudy Gay comes, right?
Yeah.
Rudy Gay comes, and then now Kyle Lowry has to humble himself to Rudy Gay because now Rudy Gay is the star of the team, right? So Kyle Lowry has to take a back seat, right? So Kyle Lowry's injured. They trade Rudy Gay and get a bunch of riffraffs and ragtag bunch of guys, right? But Kyle Lowry's injured. Raptors are planning on tanking, but lo and behold,
they blow the fuck up.
Raptors go on the winningest streak in the NBA for a year straight.
I remember
from that point, right?
Yeah.
So now they're kicking ass, and now when Kyle Lowry comes back, he realizes the team is doing good, and he can't come back and do the bullshit he was doing before. He has to ingratiate himself in the way that the team is running because the team is kicking ass.
Yeah, team's lit.
So because of that, now he comes in and he starts playing some team basketball, because if he plays Lowry basketball, he's going to screw up what's been happening. Right. He comes in, plays team basketball, and from that trade on to the next year, even when Golden State was kicking ass, from the point of the trade until one whole 365 days later, the Raptors had the best record in the NBA. And then I started to like Kyle Lowry after he started to play team basketball.
Yeah.
But before
You know,
that,
he
I was like,
plays.
I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy.
No, like I said, I didn't like him at first at all. I thought he had to go. I didn't like him. He didn't. I thought he did, like all like think of the things that I'm saying now. I thought he didn't hustle. Like you know, he wasn't tenacious. He was greedy. Stuff like that. And look at him now. Yo, I don't know. Like you can't hate at all on anything. I guess ultimately it shows that he worked for it. Whatever he might have thought at the time, he had to change his mindset and say, "Yo, this is the way to rock it." And then, you know, this is the greatest era in Raptors history, and he's the little engine right behind everything, regardless. Like throughout it, because now you got to look at it and say, throughout it, fucking all, right? Kyle Lowry went from we tried to tank to look, we can make the playoffs to LeBron's just thumping us to game 6 and we needed a hot start and he just came out with the bloody hot start. I think what he scored like first 11 points because that's just what we needed, right? And late fourth quarter charge of some sort, right? Man deserves it all, right? Put a statue up, man. Put a statue up. That's good. I can't hate up. I'm picky with the jerseys that I buy. Like if I'm going to buy a Raptors jersey, I can just get a Raptors jersey, but then it's which Raptors jersey? I have one now, but it's like old. I don't have a current one, so this drives me to also I'm gonna get a Kyle fucking Lowry jersey. I'll get a Kyle Lowry jersey right now. Yeah, I like to buy jerseys that you can just always wear. Right, you can always wear a Kyle Lowry Toronto Raptors jersey.
Kyle Lowry, yo,
put the statue up, man.
Bro. Kyle Lowry,
put the statue up, man. For him, whatever.
I used to hate it, but now I rate it.
Yeah, right. I think it's good for the Raptors too. I think
for sure. Everybody wins.
They had to do that. It's like even though it's a sign and people are like, "Oh, should he sign and trade?" Okay, well, he could have left free agency and we could have got nothing. So whatever. Now we'll call it asset. You don't like Goran? Sure, we got an asset. Trade Goran. All right, whatever.
And look at how that comes full circle, right?
Yeah.
When he had to leave because Goran took his spot in Houston.
Is that what happened to him?
Yeah, remember they were fighting for their spots. They were fighting for the spot, and I think Goran started starting more. And that's why he came here and wanted to start. And he was not going to start anymore. You know what I mean? Like I think he got to the point in his career like, yo, I'm a starter. I'm not playing bench.
Yeah.
So I think that's what caused the problem with Jose Calderon as well. Is that no matter how good you know what I mean? Like Jose Calderon was to the team. He's like, I don't, no.
It's me.
It's me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, shit. Like I said, look at him now. Right?
Yeah, Calderon would have never been an all-star. Like it's just not in it's just not in some people's blood, like their play style, as good as they are.
He does it, he does it all. He's not great. He's a great leader, I guess, right? He's a great leader, floor general, but he's not really great at any one thing. But he does a lot of good things, like little things that people don't understand, even kind of from a basketball perspective when you're just watching the game and you got like they pull out on the view a little bit, like defending big people in the post. Can't post up Kyle Lowry. Right? Team, hey, let's go get this little guy. Nobody ever scores on Kyle Lowry in the post or the charges that he takes. Always the right big shot, like he's tempered. He's a good, he was good, man. Is good, whatever you want to call it. Fuck, man. Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle fucking Lowry. Greatest Raptor, right? Yeah, but like, do you think he's not the greatest Raptor of all time, or do you? What do you think?
It's so funny because I don't even know what to say. The reason I say I don't know what to say is because like he won the championship, then they call him the greatest Raptor. But even in the first round of that whole playoff series, they're like, get this guy out of here. He scored 0 points against Orlando in the first round. You know what I mean? And people were hating him, like, he sucks. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
And then by the time
by
the
the
finals
time all was said and
is
done,
done.
Kyle Lowry, right?
It's so funny how like quickly people forget. Like PJ Tucker's playing with Kyle Lowry again. You know why we lost PJ Tucker, right?
No, you tell me.
Because
he didn't want to win a championship.
No, because the year that Kyle Lowry was to sign, Kyle Lowry was loafing. He wasn't signing. He wasn't signing because I think he was waiting to see what was happening in Philly. Right. And PJ Tucker's not big enough of a star to have the luxury of waiting to sign a contract.
The market. Yeah.
But he was waiting for Kyle Lowry to say if Kyle Lowry's coming back, then he's going to come back. But then Kyle Lowry was waiting and waiting and waiting. So PJ Tucker's like, I got to go. So he went to Houston. I got to take a contract. Yeah. Took it in Houston. Right. And then Markelle Fultz got drafted as a point guard for Philly. And then the very next day, Kyle Lowry's like, I want to be in Toronto forever. Like, yeah, well, like really? If Philly didn't draft a point guard, you'd be in Philly. But nonetheless,
so the world works, right? Kyle fucking Lowry. Like, no, man. I think, I mean, up until fairly recently, for me, it's changed fairly recently, but and because it's also, you know, I gotta give people their due, right? Like, either you decide that this is the best era in Raptors history, and unless, I know you're not going to say it's fucking Kawhi Leonard about anything, so then it's either Vince or Kyle Lowry or Kawhi Leonard. Like, nobody can argue any of those three things to me, and nobody outside of that.
Yeah,
because
Vince, like, Kawhi, or Kyle
Lowry. No Chris Bosh. Nope. No DeMar. He's not in the top three.
No DeMar.
Not anymore. Not anymore. I love DeMar. Right, but right, and not anymore. Then, well, to me personally, right. So you want to bring DeMar into the third, fourth, and decide that, like, if somebody has a stance that Kawhi Leonard played 1 year, that's not enough. Okay, all right, sure, I'll give you a little bit of that, a little bit.
Okay,
but Kawhi Leonard played 1 year, and you know, Raptors MVP. He gets, like, you gotta give him a. That's a couple check marks right there, right? So then it's Kyle Lowry to me, or Vince Carter, because Vince Carter, without Vince Carter, you know, ain't nothing. Maybe no Raptors.
Yeah. Without Vince Carter, Isaiah would have taken this team across the border.
Right, we've been gone, and I mean, people. I mean, I don't. You know what I don't like?
What you got?
People that just hate Vince Carter for leaving. They can hate Vince Carter for the way he left. Maybe, like, if they thought that, you know, maybe he, you know, because of that, I won't dunk. I'm not dunking now stuff, and you know, I think maybe he flopped a couple of times or two.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. Okay, but I mean, at the end of the day, this is a person that gets to decide where they want to work, just like you and I do, right? If they want to work a certain way, they want to work somewhere else. They want to say, no, I want my family to work here, or I want my family to work there, or I choose to work for this company. All right, cool. So yes, hit me with, he left like a little bit of a jerk, but that is far outweighed by anything else, everything else that he did. While it was like, that was hot up in the sixth during that time, right? That was the first time it was like hot up in the sixth to the world, kind of, right? So yeah, I don't know. Vince is up there for me, so that's my top three right now. But how much? What's Mount Rushmore? That's 4, right?
Yeah, Vince is super significant, man.
Yeah, Beyonce.
And yeah, when people complain about him leaving, I can't understand it either. You know what I mean? Like I spoke to you. We spoke before about Pareto's principle.
Yeah.
The 80-20. Yeah. Right. Like 20% of your company brings in 80% of the revenue. 80% of your company does 20% of the work. Vince was the 20% that brought in the 80% of the productivity of the franchise.
Oh, is the theme of this show math?
Calculate
I see
this.
it. What's on the list? Let's go. Come on. Yeah, hit me, man.
So when I think about
Vince,
it, when that new GM came in, he came in really, really arrogantly. Like how do you take your
Grunwald?
no, not
Who's that?
Grunwald. Is he dead? Is the guy dead?
I hope not.
What's his name?
I'm not sure. No, doesn't he run the Babcock?
Babcock. Is he dead?
I don't know. Let's just go with the story. Let's not worry about if he's. Let's talk to it at the
So
time.
Anyways, how do you come to a franchise and then start to deal with the main moneymaker, the show pony? I'm talking about, when I say show pony, I'm talking about the NBA was failing. And Vince Carter revived it. Vince Carter sold out every arena. No one did that.
Everywhere.
No one did that since Jordan. Every single arena, Vince Carter sold it out.
Yeah.
Right? The last person to do that was Jordan before Vince Carter. And you come in with your big chest talking about you're going to take away the show pony. You're going to take away the show pony's mom's parking spot?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I mean,
isn't the parking spot worth, like, is there no value to what this man does? You just let the little parking spot go?
How good could the parking spot be? Especially in, Toronto. Toronto's got the path, right? You can park. You can park in a lot of places. You don't got to come out. You don't have to come outside in the path.
Like, how does he come in and upset the apple cart like this?
Well, that's what happened, right? I agree. I mean, I agree with it in this. I mean, you can see little bits and pieces of all sides of it, but that part was not good for it at all in any way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah.
So
imagine
you're right. Absolutely.
Imagine you work at your job.
Mm-hmm.
You're generating the bulk of the income for that place.
Right.
Like you're like a superstar in there. You get all the big accounts because they know that you close. And you know what? Your mom has her own parking spot because she comes and brings you lunch every once in a while. You know what I mean?
You can use my card.
Right. And then
tap,
and the new management comes in and says, "Hey,
no,
nah,
we can't have that anymore."
The Bennett's like, what? Then guess what? I'm gonna take my talent somewhere else.
Yeah, man.
And then they're like, yeah, but Fitz's mom doesn't get to do that. And you're like, well, Fitz only brought in 20,000 last week.
Yeah.
I brought in 20 million.
Yeah. Big picture. Right? Big picture. They didn't communicate. That's what happened,
Yeah. See, if they communicate, they'll be free.
Because communication is the key.
Communication is the key.
Hashtag, Sounds like a hashtag.
Communication is the key. Communication gives you wings. It lets you fly.
Keeps you free, bro. Right? So Vince Carter. People, what you think this in general now? Vince Carter career, full gangster career, right? Yeah.
Crazy.
People don't think so, though.
Crazy career. Crazy.
People are happy for him. Feel bad for Vince from that.
If COVID never stopped, he'd probably still be playing.
Yeah, he probably would actually. Yeah. No, he would have been. He would have been done by now, or he would have got a championship. He'd be on the Lakers right now. That's where he'd be. The Lakers with all their old players right now, ready to go.
Champion. See all those Jamaican champions? Holy crows.
Well, that race was lit.
Holy crows.
I'm trying to as it's been going, I get a little better with watching more and more of the Olympics. At first, like the first couple of days, I didn't watch any Olympics. But now I've been watching a little bit more. So I did see that race. I'm giddy to see the 200 final. Saw the 100 men's final. I haven't seen as much. I haven't seen as much swimming as I would have liked to see.
I haven't seen any swimming. No. I did see some swimming.
I saw just a little bit of swimming. I didn't see much I like gymnastics. I didn't see gymnastics too tough. Really a lot of athletics, I guess, for the most part. I saw some of that race triathlon at the beginning. Saw some of that, but badminton, yo. You seen badminton?
No. That's got to be action packed. Oh,
yo. You don't even under badminton's lit, bro. Especially like doubles badminton.
Yeah. Oh.
Yo, they get crazy. That birdie's just flying all over the place, and they're loud. So yeah, badminton was lit.
Oh, I saw today. I saw a highlight of the men's 400 meter final. No, 400 meter
semi
hurdle.
Quentin was just telling me about that. Oh shit. My son was just telling me about that.
400 meter hurdle. Yeah. And they say that was probably the best race in Olympic history.
I just got the story told to me. Yeah.
I forget the name of the guy that just won it. But he smashed the record, smashed the world record. The guy that came third beat the world record, the previous world record.
Yeah. Right. And even
the guy that came fourth, the guy that came fourth would have won any other Olympics
ever in the history of all the Olympics ever.
Mad thing.
Yeah. Yo, that's crazy. Yeah, but true story. I just got this I guess. So I didn't see that. I guess I got to watch that or catch some of that action. Because I even heard the semis were lit and stuff like that. So yeah, it's crazy. I hope what's his face at least medals, man. DeGrasse.
That'd be crazy. He should though.
Yeah. I don't know.
What are you thinking? What do you know that I don't know?
I don't know nothing, man. I don't know nothing about tracks. I'm not running for my life or anything, right? Is that what it is?
Running for your life?
Yeah.
Running for your life.
All right, Mary Ward, stand up. But
what did you just say?
But huh?
What did you just say?
I was looking off a couple shots, man. That's
okay.
All. For for the hood, Scarborough in the house. I think he too much what's the word I'm looking for? Too much bravado, I guess. A little bit.
Who, DeGrasse?
A little bit. Yeah.
You feel so?
I mean, a little bit. Especially in the 100. He might this is why I say I hope he wins, right? I hope he catches a medal, because I felt it's too much of a, I guess, what is it? The torch isn't necessarily passed to him yet, right? So it's still Bolt. Who's the next person? But I feel he feels like he's the next person. But he can't say he's the next person until he's the next person. That's what I mean. A little bit. I think that's what I see, especially with this. And it's not a lot, I like to look at little things, right? The look over, it was on, some of the things were almost Bolt-like, I guess, to me.
Okay.
And not like in terms of controlling the moment,
Okay, showmanship. Now, this sport, these sports aren't really show sports. You know what I mean? They don't garner fanfare on a regular, say basketball, football.
Maybe they do though. Maybe they
not
do.
On a regular. We have fanfare about it every 4 years. For this man to make his money, right?
Yeah.
You got to make a name for himself. He's got to be a show pony, right? He's endorsed by Puma. He's got to find some way to bring excitement to him, to his market, to his brand, to then, be someone that could
take
accelerate,
that with it. Yeah.
accelerate sales for his company. Right.
Yeah.
So if it's the showmanship of him looking over and whatnot, that might just be what he needs to do, because he can't just run a straight race and then come third and then we're like, oh, well, that was boring.
Well, what happened though? But that's what happened.
No, that's what I'm
Right?
saying. No, I'm saying he can't run a straight race, come third. People say that's boring, but him to like be have a little bit of excitement about him. He knows he probably knows that it's not likely that he's gonna come first. Like he ran his he ran his personal best. He ran his personal best and came third.
But see, that's the other problem, I think. So I see the side of the business side, I guess, of it, right? For me, like even that is a problem, because in race, again, I know what I know from a racing perspective, but even as you're going through the heats, right, you should be picking up pace, right? Like his first heat, he ran like fucking, season's best or some shit. Wrong number, season's best, personal best, some shit, right? And then he got slower.
No, he finished. He won the bronze medal with the fastest time he's ever run.
He got a personal best in his bronze medal?
Yeah.
Well, then I apologize for that statement. We can either edit that out or apologize for that statement. However, my point would be then, in the very end, I hear you from the business side of it. I just think there's just, like I said, I hope he wins. But if he doesn't win, I think it's right,
so
a little bit exciting
of that. Do you know when the race is happening?
Because we're talking tenths of seconds, right?
Yes.
Because like you said, when you say 4 years and what you can accomplish, it's 4 years to run fucking 10 seconds in the 100 or 20 seconds in this. So 0.03 seconds can be the difference between third and first place, and gold medal and all those things. So I mean, like I said, I'm very thinking very technical and sport specific, I think, but that's what it is for me. That's the bravado. It's not necessarily like, you're right. You got to do the marketing shit. You got to catch the taste a little bit and make sure everybody's kind of seeing you and enjoying that. So that part, but you got to do it and you got to fucking win. That's once you win, then there's also no talk at it.
I feel like a bronze medal is a win for him.
Being third best in the entire world, level setting,
I think
that is good.
Him coming from hamstring injuries quite recently, I think bronze medal is a win. And then in the history of Canadian track, him medaling two Olympics in a row, that's a first for a track athlete. Like he's actually set Canadian precedents, right? And then for him to have the opportunity, I don't know when the next race is, the 200 meter.
It's in the morning.
Tomorrow morning.
It's like night, like whatever, like 8 o'clock in Japan or Tokyo or wherever we're at right now.
When I wake up tomorrow, it'll be.
I believe so.
So if he medals there, that'll be, and he ran his personal best in the 200 meter qualifier today.
Yeah, he ran that again.
He shut it down.
Yes, today. So, man, 200, he looks good.
Yeah.
He looked good. He looked good. He looked better than he did in the 100. I thought he came out too hot in the 100. That's all.
Well, here's the thing: in the 100, he got to the fastest top speed out of all the races in the 100. Like, but by the time he got to his top speed, like he was third. You know what I mean? But
yeah, it'll be at 8:55 a.m.
8:55 a.m. tomorrow. Okay.
Yo, let's go. Call me.
All
right. 8:50.
8:50.
Yeah. Right. They'll be doing the bravado at that point in time, because they're really turning it into a TV show, because there's no fans. But yeah, anyways, like I said, I want him to win.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope these other things don't impact him. Because I just want him to win. And yes, you're right, third in the world. I was thinking that the other day, somebody got a bronze, and I was just like, yeah, like they came back. I forget what race it was. They were like deep. It was one of the longer races, like 1800 or whatever, 1500 or whatever, and they just right around the last bend, and they worked it and they stretched out their chest and they got bronze. And that was like, right, Olympics is good raw kind of stuff, a little bit of raw emotion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like college basketball, right? It's different. It has like you're coming for it. It's a different feel. And even with the basketball and some of those pro folk, it's still just, you're playing for your country. You're just yeah. That's why I like the Olympics.
Right? Give me a minute. I'm gonna take a time out.
Yeah, man. What do I do in the timeout? This break is brought to you by Couture Life. Check them out at Couture Life. That's all I got, though. I can't believe I'm, it's a double timeout. I did a commercial. Did you hear the commercial?
What's that?
Did you hear the commercial?
No.
Oh, there's a commercial break, Welcome back to the commercial break, people.
Welcome back. Look. Pizza in the break room.
We have a list. Did we have a list? See, man, the other thing about the lists was I found anything or most things that we used so far really weren't from the list. You notice that? So, all right, here's a question.
Go ahead.
It's a low-ness, sucky question. It's an easy question. How we feeling? How we feeling? What episode is this?
4.
Fourth episode. We didn't know what the hell we were doing, right? At first. I'm not sure I think we got a little bit of an idea, Like it actually took, remember we talked about it actually took, can we just start?
Right.
It was like we were too much long talking, right?
Right.
All right. So, wait, yeah, Mike, that's my question. How you feeling? We're there. We're this far, not there. There was the run up. That was not to be taken as a there. I mean, we're here right now.
We're in motion. The train is out of the station.
Yeah, it's chug. I don't know if it's like chug or anything like that, but we chug it, right?
It's out of the station. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think?
I think it's good. I think we're on some sort of momentum that's going to allow us to continue allow us to have the motivation to continue in one way or another.
Yeah, I find there are bits and pieces. Like it's still there's a shit ton of feeling it out. But I also find that there's also a shit ton of like, all right, well, let's figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, because there's been days, what is this? Like I said, it's episode 4, so we are recording every Tuesday, right? So this is what, 4th one, so that means for a month now. This
Don't
is
give
a
them the
monthly.
days that we do it, man.
Well, cut it out. They have to have something to look for. They got to look for the change of clothes, the wardrobe changes and stuff. They got to know when that happens. No?
Yeah, I guess.
Or not. But that's part of it. Isn't that part of it too, though? What do we do? What do we don't do? And we don't talk about that too much, right? Mm-hmm. Actually, now that I think about it as I'm saying this, we don't. What am I looking for? It's not like we write, like I was just talking about, like we write lists down, but a lot of the stuff.
Nobody know that we write lists down.
Well, you can see you in the fucking list, bro.
Where?
You're always looking at the list. You can see, yeah, man.
No, checking the time on my phone, bro.
Yeah, the phone. That phone? Yeah, the phone's on the other side. Which side is the phone on?
The good thing about it, it's a portable phone. It can go to any side.
Any side, yeah, man. No, but fuck that.
Speaking of side.
Uh-oh, what do we got?
Brightside.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brightside.
This has much meaning. I can't lie. I do think about the T-shirt that I'm gonna wear when I come on.
Hold on a second. Is that a sticker or is that a T-shirt?
It's a T-shirt. You know I like my T-shirts, bro.
Oh, that's a T-shirt?
Yeah.
Oh.
You thought it was a sticker?
Yeah.
No, it's not a sticker.
Okay.
So this is the Killers, right? The Killers, rock band Killers, Mr. Brightside.
Oh.
All these things I've done. Jenny was a friend of mine. Stuff like that. No, you know if I play a song for you or two. What do we got? I got soul, a soldier. I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. That's not rock song. No, I'm gonna play it. We are gonna play this clip because I just tried to sing I got soul and I'm not a soldier, and you're gonna maybe play that tune over top of it or something with your editing wonder. But the Killers are the dope rock band.
Okay.
They played at Much Music, what's MMVA, some one of those things, right? What's that? Like downtown Toronto at Much Music. So I guess that's the MMVAs whenever. And they played all these things I've done, which is that I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. They did it live. First time I've ever heard them.
And
right?
And you got it. They had you.
Done. Fuck shit. I'd have to Google how long the Killers have been out now.
Killers. I heard of them, but I don't know them though.
The Killers. Yo, you should listen. Play a couple Killers tunes. Their early albums are wicked. Sam's Town, Hot Fuss. Yo, you know the Killer songs.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Best concert I ever went to. Killers.
Yeah.
Best. Like sing, because by the time I went to the Killers concert, I maybe went to this concert that I'm talking about was, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. So the Killers been around, right? I know. So I'm at it was at ACC. I'm at Killers concert. Get some footage of this too. I'm at Killers concert and I am word for word every song. And there's like 20-year-olds just listening to new Killers, right? And they love Killers. And I'm there and I had it was good. I had an aisle seat and I was just wilding out. Came out of that sweat, and this is where I got this is the shirt that I wore to the Killers concert.
So you got introduced to the Killers at the MMVAs.
I think Much Music, downtown Toronto, whatever it was.
Then you engulfed yourself in their music. over a certain amount of time. And then they came to the ACC and you're like, I got to be at that shit.
I actually said, I can't believe after all this time I've never been to a Killers concert. Missed the Killers, because the Killers would have played, I don't know, smaller venues maybe early out. Early
but you didn't
out,
know them
right?
then.
I didn't know them until that day, whatever that was. I didn't
So
know
the
who they were.
MMVA day was ACC day?
No, MMVA was when back like 20 years ago, however long they've been out. That was like that's when they first like started blowing up.
So
like,
you
who
know
are
them
these
for
guys?
20 years?
Yeah, from the get-go. Yo,
Interesting.
Killers. Yo, lit, or however long. Like, I'm like, you're gonna make me go to the phone. Yo, Killers are, you can't chat with the Killers too tough. Not many people can. They're big in like Europe and stuff, but Killers are lit.
So are they kind of like Gwen Stefani, like that?
What does that mean? No, they're the Killers. Right? No, for real.
No, they're the Killers.
Yo, so what does this say? So I typed in Google the Killers, and it says, and I hate when people pick the very first thing off the top, but I think this sounds about accurate. The Killers are an American rock band formed in Las Vegas in 2001 by Brandon Flowers and Dave Koenig. So those two have been through it. They've switched around a couple of guys, but Brandon Flowers is the lit, like, you know, if you're in a rock band, right? He's the lit lead man. He's just gangster. But yeah, and they're from Vegas, so like it's like Vegas boys. Like they're gangster, man. Killers. So Mr. Brightside was like the first, and I'm gonna send you a clip when they talk about it. The first time these two met, whatever the head guy and the drummer, the singer and the drummer, one of them was like, so they had a, you know, hey, listen to this, right?
Yeah.
And when you hear Mr. Brightside come in, you'll understand. So Mr. Brightside comes in, and that was the first song that they heard when they spoke to each other. And then Mr. Brightside is like, that was their first, like, here we go. That was tipping point for them, basically. Yo, Killers are lit, man. So like I said, best concert I've ever been to. Come at me with, you know, you don't have to like the Killers, but don't tell me Killers ain't something. I'm gonna send you some Killers. Like, see how you send me like Silk the Shocker, right? You used to send me Silk the Shocker. I'm gonna send you Killers.
So the Killers,
yo,
had the best concert that you've ever been to.
Yep.
You went to Up in Smoke?
No.
You went to Hard Knock Life Tour?
No, I went to no.
Okay, okay. I know you must have been to one of these ones. You've been to one of the Caravana Weekend Drake concerts.
Yes. All right. Yeah.
Did you go to the first one? I never been. I've been to only one. The one they had Outkast.
I also went to the first one when he popped out at when they did the soca one. Like they had the first little soca part. I don't remember what it was called, but they had the soca jam. Like Mac Shaw was there and everybody, and then Drake came out after, and he licked off one dance. Place went jump, and it was over. Went to that, and then maybe the second one of the other one.
But did you go to the first OVO Fest?
No. Well, that was that soca one.
Yeah,
was a part of the OVO Fest the first time around.
Right.
I went to that one.
Right.
I didn't go to the whatever, the CN Tower one or whatever that shit. When he had the CN Tower set.
CN Tower set.
Was that when you? Let's see. He had the CN Tower set. Whatever. I went to the second.
Oh, yes. The CN Tower, the set. Yes. I never went, but I heard that first OVO Fest was.
That was like Stevie Wonder was there. Was that
That's
one
the
with
second
Stevie
one, I
Wonder?
believe. Was that the second one?
I haven't. No,
The first
no.
one, he brought out, like I heard he brought out everybody. I remember I was downtown walking. I must have been on Harborfront, and people were just coming back from the concert, and they say, "Yo, you didn't go to the concert. He had Eminem. He had Buster.
No.
Like Rick Ross. Like he brought out everybody. I heard if you were there, that must have been like the
That was
most
it.
mind blowing experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, I figure you'd have been there.
No, man.
You went to the soca version.
I went to the soca version of that one,
Mm-hmm.
and Drake came out, which was lit.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple good concerts. I think I've been a couple of Jay-Z concerts.
But still, Killer is the number one.
The Killers concert was the best concert.
What about it?
I think more as much as other genres, I guess. Yeah, I mean, or you always have to play to the crowd. I don't think anybody plays to the crowd as much as like a rock band, if that makes sense. I can appreciate that. Trust me, I can appreciate that rappers play the crowd, but it's more about focusing on what they're doing. I think there is crowd interaction, like Jay-Z always does. Jigga what, Jigga who, half the crowd, all that stuff, and it's always good to have people bringing the lyrics behind you, or cutting off the mic and the sound to hear people sing the lyrics and stuff like that. But I think rock band, nobody plays to the crowd like that. It's all about the crowd in that situation. It's always about the crowd, always about not even the interaction per se, but it's just always about the crowd, right? And so there's other people that have good interaction. There's other people that do different things. Like even I went to was a Jay-Z and Beyonce concert, whatever, on the run 2, right? And Jayden, like that made me appreciate Beyonce more.
Yeah.
As a show pony, I guess, right? Right. As that in terms of the show that she like, and in fact, don't get me wrong. Hello, Jay-Z puts on a good show, but now we're talking kind of like track. Now we're talking decimal points, right? So the Killers was like a 9.95, and a Jay-Z concert's a 9.91. All right, cool.
Is it?
Right?
Is it? Okay. Yeah. Is a Jay-Z concert a 9.91 because he puts on a good show, or is it because you know the songs compared to the Killers? Like, okay, so for instance, I don't know Jay-Z.
I know all the Killers. I know all the Killers
okay,
songs
no,
too,
you know
for the record. But yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I go to a Jay-Z concert.
Yeah.
I go to a Killers concert. Am I going to be as engaged in a Jay-Z concert as I am in a Killers concert?
Yes. More engaged in the Killers concert, but would you be engaged in both? Yes, I think so. There wouldn't be a reason for you to sit down. There would be a reason for you to want to see what they're doing or hear what they're saying or focus on something particular, because they're making sure that you're focusing on something particular, because that's what a show person kind of does, I guess.
So would I like a Jay-Z concert because I like the songs?
Yes.
And would I like a Killers concert because I like their energy and their, because I can't, okay, for instance, I'm just gonna say it right now. I can't imagine me going to a Jay-Z concert and looking at Jay-Z and go, wow, he's so amazing. I could say wow, that song was so amazing.
Yeah. I think you'd be surprised, because it's hard. I mean, I think it's hard. A bunch of people on the stage is easy, I guess, right? And even by a bunch, that's like, to me, that's like 3 or 4 people on the stage, because we're talking about a group and people you can interact with. Like if we're talking about Jay-Z on a stage, can he keep you up in it? One guy on the stage? Absolutely he can, from that perspective. Have I been to a better concert with one guy? Absolutely. Like Kanye, the Kanye concert, like the Kanye concert when he was doing the stage, like the floating stage.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever. What's that? Pablo tour maybe. I saw that in Buffalo. Now, like, so on that level, one man show on that stage. So that's the best one man show I've seen. I think from that perspective, with all things, just how you focus, how he keeps you interactive, how the crowd's just, lit. That concert was lit, and I was just him on the stage. So was that it was a 9.98 just for, yeah.
Okay. Without knowing many of their songs, I would assume that Kanye alone on the stage is better than Jay-Z alone on the stage.
Yes.
It just seems like the personality wise.
Yes. But then it's also what do you look, but I think the other piece is also what are you looking for? Like you have depth to you, right? So it might be where Jay-Z's standing with whatever backdrop he pulls up on the screen to reflect the song he's going through. That's his artistry. Where Kanye's artistry is flashing lights, right? And the stage moving around, or the crowd being right in it. There's different ways to look at it. That's where it's like, if you look at just the certain pieces of it separate, then you can find the comparisons and just that the level of whatever they're doing. How good is that? Right? What they're trying to portray to you, does that feed you? Yes, they're different, right? Like even the Killers is a lot of in your face. There's also a lot of stop time and interaction and talking. Kanye is just right, and then Jay-Z's much slower.
Okay, Kanye, is that Kanye's, or is that Kanye's effects are?
I guess in that situation, for that question, I guess it's both. I guess a little bit of both, right? Kanye brings us the energy, and he also throws on top of that, and he's got bravado, right? Yeah.
So for instance, now I hear Tory Lanez live performance is crazy, and this is before he became like a super big. Like I heard this is what kind of helped make his stardom, was the fact that he was a super amazing live performer, right? Just his energy, right? When I speak about energy now, I'm just gonna go back to my time as a performer, and what even made me get into the whole business of music was the twins and their energy and their ability to captivate an audience was second to nothing I've seen in my life. Like no matter where they were, they were the show. Matter of fact, that's what I nicknamed the show. You know what I mean? And that's why I started writing for them, because I'm like you guys can't just go to parties and then just turn on the crowd like that. You guys need to get paid for this stuff because you guys have something special. Anyways, I say that to say this is that they were the most amazing performers I seen with my eyes, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then we went to go open for LL Cool J.
Right. I remember.
And we killed it. Like girls were pulling us off the stage. It was nuts. Like it was crazy. Like, the place was full of girls because LL Cool J was there.
Did you body surf?
No, not in body surf. But
next time.
We got off the stage and I'm like, yo, we killed it. You know, good job. Yo, we're sick. You guys are amazing. Twins, you guys are amazing. And then LL Cool J came on by himself. And it blew my mind to watch him perform.
Yeah.
Because he was like two of the twins put together. I couldn't believe it because LL Cool J, when I see him on TV, I see him as like, just this cool guy. He's just so cool.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just laid back. And
Yeah.
but the energy that the twins had, he had both of their energy on the stage. And it gave me a different respect for him. It was mind-blowing because I didn't think anybody could top the twins' energy.
All right.
You can ask them, man.
But
Was it
the same energy, or was it just his energy versus their energy?
Yeah, okay,
so was it his energy being louder than theirs, or this than theirs, or was it just his energy was here and their energy might not have been far behind, but it was here?
Okay, their energy. Okay,
right?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating. His energy. Okay, we'll say this. I might even say they had the same energy. Okay, I'll say that. But I did not expect for him to have that energy. You understand what I'm saying?
But different energy. But energy. Whatever filled it up, it might have been green energy. This might have been blue energy. I
didn't imagine for him to perform the way he performed, like the way that the twins run around the stage and jump around and like engage the crowd. He must have thrown like 30 fluffy big towels, like sweat towels, like because he's like performing and he's sweating. He's like, he's just throwing them into the crowd. And I'm talking about like he's drenching these towels. That's how he's working. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Jay-Z doesn't sweat. Right? But I'm talking about like they had to have like stacks of towels for LL Cool J because he's doing a workout. You get what I'm saying?
Jay-Z, I think he used to have a rag in his back pocket though. So
yeah, I'm sure he probably has a kerchief. He probably has a kerchief.
Well, now, but don't they all have kerchiefs now.
But right? Yeah, I'm just saying like, so this is like, so whether I'm an LL Cool J fan or not, if you go to that show, there's no way you cannot be captivated by just the energy alone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I went like back in the days, J. Rue the Damager, great rapper.
I went to one of his concerts. Where was that? How many times did he do Toronto?
Opera House?
I went to one of his concerts. You know, the things on the back, and levels on the back, big like column like seats. No, like look like a Coliseum type shit.
No.
Somewhere I saw him like that. Something like that.
Anyways, what I'm saying about him is he's a great rapper, great songs. But the only reason why I would even like that concert is because I knew the songs already. If I didn't know the songs, that show would have been boring.
You know, I try to find. It's just like how it kind of blows. I think the way that I saw you react is it kind of blows your mind that I'm like, the Killers is the best concert I've ever been to.
No, and I could
a little bit. Mm-hmm. You might believe me.
I can believe you. That's why I'm asking you about Jay-Z compared to the Killers, because I'm now comparing Killers to LL Cool J, because I'm like, whether I'm an LL Cool J fan, whether I know LL Cool J or not, if I'm seeing the show, there's no way I can be like, wow, this is amazing. I can't say that it's not amazing. You know what I mean? Whereas, and you're telling me about Killers, I could probably imagine myself in there, and I'm just imagining that is possibly that type of energy that's happening, that's causing you to say it's the best concert ever. And I probably
it's just like start to finish, just because I mean part of it does, because when you say something like Tory Lanez, right? No disrespect to Tory Lanez. I think I say no disrespect to some people every week, but no disrespect to Tory Lanez. But when I'm telling you, this is the best concert that I've been to, that's like, what do I, Jay-Z, John Legend, Alicia Keys, Kanye, stuff like that, Killers, stuff that I've, a little bit, Tory Lanez is high. In a couple of, in a couple, in 15 years, you've been around for 20 years. Maybe I go to a Tory Lanez concert. And of course it's good to get the grassroots stuff, but even seeing Beyonce, like you don't realize the greatness of Beyonce until you see Beyonce performing live. Type stuff.
Yeah.
Right? It's different. like that, and because there's levels to it, and I think that's where it's like, what were we talking about the other day? Freaking watching something for its cinematography, right? So yeah, maybe you don't know all the songs, but you're seeing this kind of vision from
The
the
production.
artist.
You're seeing the
Yeah.
production. So that's not kind of wondering if it's the production that has you engaged, or is it the artist? So
but who controls the production?
Well, the artists and the producers, right?
Yeah.
Like I went to a Bryan McKnight concert one time, and it was Bryan McKnight.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah.
Where was the Bryan McKnight concert?
It was at Sound Academy.
Yeah. See, this is what I mean, though, right?
He was there with just him and a piano. I'm not even a Bryan McKnight fan. Right. And I was like, this was amazing. It was just him and a piano.
But that's why I can say that the Killers was the best concert that I've ever been to.
So that's why I was going to ask you about the Killers. Was it a production or was it a performance?
Yes. Yes.
It was a performance.
It was both.
Okay.
It was because I try. You got to put I want to put everything together, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. So it was authentic. It was good. The production was nice. The lighting was nice. The interaction was nice. Mm-hmm. I try to think that I look at a lot of things, right? I look at things and I try to give it a fair share of ways to look at things. So when you cross off all the little itty bitty things on the questionnaire, it was like, yep, check, yep, check, yes, yes, yep, good, yep, yep, check, 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 right? So
okay, maybe we could strip it down to this then. It'll probably be, who would you rather see in Sound Academy?
Who would I rather see in Sound Academy?
Or maybe who would you rather see in your high school auditorium? Who do you think would rock a show in your high school auditorium? Jay-Z, the Killers. You know what I mean?
But I mean,
do you understand what I'm saying? When you strip away, like Kanye,
yeah.
When you strip away all the lights, and just have them performing the music. Who's gonna shell the place?
Then I would want for that. Well, I mean, for that of the people that I've seen, like I actually want to say, like, my initial thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably your best thought.
Was Alicia Keys, right? Or John Legend, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's intimate, because you're talking about like in a small auditorium, like you saw Bryan McKnight, small auditorium, licking the people. Because I saw John Legend at Rama, Casino Rama in Ontario. And that theater is like, it's intimate, it's small, and then I saw Alicia Keys at ACC, and I didn't stop. And so from that perspective, and that specific, I like specificity, right? And that, for your question, the first thing that I think is one of those two. But then I'm like, okay, well, who's going to be there? Is it just for me? And then it's like, all right, if we're talking about more people and what they might like to suit the audience, but if there was 100 me's in that situation that you're playing to, then yeah, it would be like, Alicia Keys concert was lit. John Legend concert was lit. But I think the first Alicia Keys concert, John Legend might have freaking opened. Somebody opened on that. So yeah, it really depends on your question, right? So when you do strip it all down, you haven't heard me say Jay-Z or the Killers as even consideration in that. I'm just like, no, it's big. For that question, it's this. Right. So I try to do that and be very specific in my thinking in the ways that I look at stuff, and that's where I say it can be. There's levels to this.
I went to a Ryan Leslie concert with a girlfriend one time. She
Ryan Leslie. I never heard of Ryan Leslie. So what genre is that? Tell me about
She has
Ryan
no
Leslie.
clue who Ryan Leslie was.
Okay. All right. I guess that's part of the story. Hit me.
And when she was done, she was like, who is this guy? He is amazing.
Yeah, that happens, right? That's what happened to me in The Killers.
Mm-hmm.
But it was early, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I never looked back. But, you know, Rock Band, whatever, what Guitar Hero. Have you ever played any of those games?
I probably played Guitar Hero once or twice.
And Killers are on that. Rock Band, Guitar Hero 1, Rock Band, Guitar Hero 17. Killers are on that.
You made noise this week.
A little bit. Remember, I'm trying to walk a little bit less. I almost got the cooler, but I used the cooler yesterday and I just took it out of the trunk. Or what's today? Whatever today is. I used it the other day and I just took it out of the trunk. It was still a little wet. Oh man, for real, eh? You're doing better than you did last time.
No, yeah, last week. I mean, I guess red goes down slower, I guess, because last week I was almost done. This one, done the bottle by now.
It's a little bit. It's got body, right? That's what they say.
Yeah.
It's got more body.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's a thick thing. It's a thick thing.
Yeah, bubble on the big thing.
So how was SOULFRESH? How was SOULFRESH Sunday?
So I mean, I think except for maybe last week, I've spoken a little bit about SOULFRESH in general, or my friendly neighborhood DJ Che La Soul, right?
Yes.
So
big up Che La Soul. Easy like Sunday morning.
Love language. Yeah, man. It was a very nice picnic, barbecue. And I'm invested, right? I'll say that I'm invested in all things Che and things that happen to Che, and I'm very happy when I see good things happen. So it was very nice to see the people out, the coordination of the people.
That was dope. I seen some images by Miss
Right?
Francie, and it was dope. Just looking at all the pictures and everybody
boom chat room.
Boom chat room.
And big up.
Everybody clad in SOULFRESH gear.
Right?
It was dope.
So that's from, like, look what that's from, right? So we've talked about Che a little bit here and there. I mean, first of all, just in general, just in case anybody watches and might have watched another episode, it was a much better
experience.
Experience, right? Because now we've met some people. Now we talked to some people.
Did you go in this way this time?
No, I was there early, so I had control of the situation. I had control of the situation.
He said, "I'm gonna be there first."
I was there early. I wasn't there first.
You ain't greeting me. I'm greeting you. I ain't falling for the okie dokie again this time.
But no, for real, back like to Che, like so happy about how it went. So happy about like the vibe. I know you couldn't make it, but it was nice. I remember I grabbed that boy at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Right, later in the evening or afternoon or whatever, because Che likes to worry a little bit. So the weather forecast wasn't looking too good.
Mm-hmm.
We had to make sure we coordinated everything. Like Che was sending me forecast from like 2 weeks before. Man, it looks like it's gonna rain. I'm like, I can't look at the forecast from 2 weeks out. That doesn't work. Like I need 10 days. Man, look, forecast is looking rough. Che, man, I was like, just put just let's go. Let's 2 days before Che. We good, right?
Yeah.
And everybody around it, just because it's good people, good vibe, good everything, just around that. So how could it be a bad event or day, right? Clouds opened up, little sunshine poked through a little bit, and it was just nice, man. It's good to see a lot of DJs supporting. right? There's a lot of DJs up in there. I'm not even going to pretend to be able to rhyme off everybody's name, but so I'm not going to say one so that I don't rhyme off, so I don't miss nobody. I did it again, but
Ooh,
there's
you're making noise. Wait.
but it's only like one down there. I haven't moved, bro. You know, a lot of DJs, a lot of good people, just a lot. It's a good vibe, and I tell Che, like I said, I grabbed him, and I'm like, hang on, turn around, take a look, right? Like, good, look, like happy Sunday, Che. And you know, that was nice. That was nice to grab him and say, just, you know, good for you.
Dope.
So we we want to keep that momentum, and so many good people, and we can do so many good things with the people around us. And I think, and you know, my personal feeling, and you know, whatever is, he's the catalyst. So giddy up, all right? And I'll continue to be his biggest fan, and we'll go from there. And he's got a lot of big fans. So whatever, let's SOULFRESH, giddy up, DJ Chela Soul, holla holla. Right. So yeah, that was good. It was good. Hopefully we do it again.
Easy, like Sunday.
Easy like every day, bro. Chela Soul. It was a good day, but it was a good. Had fun. You know, it's nice to get. Number one, it's nice to get outside. All right. First of all, and we had a good time. So we had a good time. Everybody got home.
You get involved in any of the other long weekend Caribbean events, or that was just the one that you did?
That was it for me. We went out there, and then we went out to the after party. I had a blast at the after party. Some little, I forget the name of the place. It was out close to wherever the picnic was. What's the name of the place? Whatever. But anyways, we just went by there after. It was lit. I had fun.
Yeah.
Good to go. Yeah, man.
Dope.
So at least it kind of a little bit. It's a much different weekend for everybody than it used to be, right? So yeah, it was good to get out and have some fun. So that was nice.
Women out there wearing their best?
I mean,
at the after party?
At the after party?
Yeah.
Wearing their best? Actually, no, probably not, to be honest with you. All right, it wasn't like that. You know, no. Step up your game. Step your game up. Now that I think about it. Oh boy.
Matter of fact, no. Step up your game.
No, they were not, man. Like that mani petties. Let's get you up. But yeah, you know, whatever. Carabana come and gone. There's still some summer left, right? I think that's
lots of summer left.
What's next?
Lots of summer left.
We can, right? You got to embrace it, enjoy it, stuff like that.
Are they doing CNE? Do you know?
No, that's canceled, I think. I'm pretty sure that's canceled. I think. Right? I think that was canceled earlier.
A casino. Oh, well, you live by casinos already, anyways.
Where?
In Pickering.
It's open now? That'll get some use from the people.
Yeah.
And I guess casinos are open and good to go. Yeah, stage 3 was casinos, right?
Yeah. So are booty clubs open too then?
No idea, brother.
No.
Do you know?
I mean, I guess I'll find out.
Closest thing I get to a booty club is the Boom Boom chat room, yo.
Yo, that's a booty club if I ever see one. Oh my gosh, they had DJ Star Q under some stress the other day.
Yo, they got everybody under stress. They did Chela so bad, man.
Did they? I didn't see that one. I missed it.
You missed that one?
Yeah.
Yo, it was supposed to be 50 Shades of Shayla Soul, I think it was called. I think
Oh yeah.
that's what they dubbed it. And then he had 5 red cards, I think, to say, no, I'm not answering that question. All right. But these girls asked like 87 questions, bro. They asked questions, they asked follow-up questions, and I was sitting there, I was counting. So I was counting. That's my job, right? My job is to make sure that the man's getting his due. They asked, I think it was 87 questions if you go back and look at the tape.
What are y'all doing?
All right.
How you turn 15 to 87?
You know,
I was like ancestral mathematics.
Jeez, that's some crazy mathematics. They were at the barbecue, the Boom Boom chat room hosts, and they said that they wanted to meet the hosts of Pizza on the Break Room in some type of media form. And at first I told them no.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little difficult with Mrs. Ron C. I can't lie, right? And I give her, right? Me and her, we all right now, because she came in hot with you. I don't know if everybody knows that story, but she came a little bit hot with DJ Chayla Soul, and because I'm Chayla Soul's security, I had to. Me and her weren't the best of friends early because it seemed a little. She was coming in hot. Well, we won't long talk this one. She knows what I'm talking about. But now we good. But I told them not at first, and then I said, if it was anything, then it might have to be because we don't like, we haven't talked much about bringing people on to the break room. It seems a little weird to me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like how we communicate. You know what I mean? We good here. So, I said, if it were to ever happen, it would have to be like, the season 2 premiere of the Boom Boom chat room, as opposed to maybe coming on the break room. But that was a big if, right? Big if. Only because of, like I said, you and I hadn't talked about such things. So, maybe that might happen sometime in the future, but we're only on week 4, and I think the Boom Boom chat room's beating us by a couple of weeks. So we're just trying to sustain here and follow in the footsteps and see how long we can last. So, at some point, hopefully those paths cross. We'll see how it happens. And
it'll cross, man. It'll cross. The paths will cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
See, I was curious about your opinion on that, right? So I called you out live in the break room, but
it'll cross.
Maybe
we'll find a good multiple. So if they're, for instance, there's 7 weeks and we're 4 weeks, then we'll find a nice multiple of 7 and 4. So maybe in the 28th week. That doesn't work, no.
I don't know. Is this what's that math called?
Ancestral mathematics.
Yeah, I struggle with that, man. Ancestral math and long division.
No, man, we'll hook up with them. We'll hook up with them real soon. Maybe when we hook up with them, that's when we go live for the first time.
Oh, that's a big shot right there. Now, see, you know what's going to happen now? We can't show that part of the video because they're going to be persistent on that. Now you just laid it down. You know what? Big up to the Boom Boom chat room.
Boom Boom chat room.
We'll see how you go.
Trouble. Y'all some trouble. I see what y'all doing. I see what y'all doing.
As long as you see it.
I'm make sure that there's no wine when I'm in the Boom Boom chat room. You gotta be sober.
Mrs. Ron C, I see what you're trying.
I'll be sober in the Boom Boom chat room because I know that if I drink, they're gonna make me slip.
Yeah. See, but you know what? Doesn't matter where we go. My job's always security. Doesn't matter who I'm with. I got you. So you might, right? You know what I'm saying?
You're the handler.
I trust. Yeah, man. Trust me. I'll hold the cards for you. When it's time, I'll throw down that card. Done.
Hey.
Hey, whoa.
Hey.
we talked about this before the show, right? I shouldn't have to use a card like that stuff, but that's what you got to watch out for with those two, right? That's the stuff you got to watch out for. So that's the difference. Oh, that'll be fun.
So what you got going on this weekend coming up?
What's this weekend? Oh, nothing particular.
No.
No, I'm gonna tend to the yard, stuff like that. I neglected it over the long weekend. I didn't do much. So yeah, tend to the yard, tend to the home. I'm sure I'll find myself out somewhere. Figure out some way to have some fun outside. What about yourself, sir?
This weekend, this weekend's a light weekend.
Right?
It's a light weekend. So it'll just be me and the kids kicking back. Clean.
The mayor.
Yeah, the mayor, huh? You seen the mayor?
The mayor, bro. I saw the mayor, bro. Mayor of what? Mayor of the break room.
The mayor of wherever I'm standing.
Mayor wherever he's standing.
Wherever he's standing, he's the boss of me, boy.
Yo, I can't pose like that, man. I couldn't do that pose like that.
Sicker mans, bro.
There was only one clarification. So you know how I talk about the increments we're talking about, right? The hundredths of seconds and things like that.
Yeah.
Did he have socks on?
No socks.
No.
Yo.
See, that changes it from like a 9.95 to a 9.99, yo.
Yo, no socks.
Right? I was looking, I was like, does he have socks? Does he have socks on? Man had no socks on.
He's the mayor, bro.
Yo, mayor of the break room.
Yeah.
Or mayor of wherever he's standing. Man had no socks on.
Mayor of wherever I'm at.
Yo. The gift.
The gift.
The gift. That boy. Man's got it. See, I go to his concert. That's for sure. I go to right.
You'll be there.
Right? I go to his concert.
If anybody's having a concert, he's having a concert. He's super.
And he ain't even worried about who coming. He just knows people are coming to his concert.
He's the mayor.
Yo. Jeez. Man had no socks on.
He's the mayor. I can't even boss him around. He's the boss.
Yo, I don't even. Yeah, that guy. That guy's always ready, man.
Which one of your kids are artistic?
I mean, I think the boy's a little bit more artistic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think. But it's like different ways, it's tough to kind of nail that stuff down. Right. So if I like when you say artistic and I'm trying to be specific, I'm thinking about like who draws better pictures, kind of.
Okay, which one of them is more willing to sing out loud?
I think the boy would probably sing out loud more.
Rap out loud or sing out loud?
Either or. Whatever else. Yeah.
Sicker man.
I think so. I think he'd probably be a little bit. It's not even like, nah, I don't want. She'd just be more like, no, I'm not doing that. As opposed to, I don't want to go up there and do that. She's like, no.
Okay, no. But okay. So I guess what I'm saying is, you're in the house and you're like, shut up already. Like, who's the one that you're telling to shut up because they're singing?
No.
None.
C. None of the above.
None of the above.
Yeah.
None of the above.
Yeah.
Are you singing in the house or no? You're rapping in the house.
I mean, I'm probably the loudest.
Yeah.
I'm probably the most boisterous. Yeah. Yeah. Just in general. Yeah, I'm probably the most boisterous. That's probably the best word for it, or the best statement, the best way to look at it.
Okay.
I cause the most commotion.
Yeah, I find the mayor boy, he's with it, man. He's about it. He's
Spark plug.
Yeah, he's willing to sing. He's musically inclined. Like even if he doesn't have it the rhythm down right or nothing like that, he's all about it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I saw you guys working on something the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I could see it. He was trying to. I could see him trying to figure it out. But he knew what he was doing. But I mean, yeah. No, I hear that.
And the thing is, he wasn't getting it that day. He wasn't getting it, right? But then we're in the car on Sunday and we're driving and a song's playing and he's like, you hear him on the window. I'm like, yo, you got it. And then I look back and he's looking at me like he's waiting for me to look back to show me that he's got it. You know?
He's like, hey, yo, you hear this?
Yeah. Like he's doing it knowing that I'm gonna look back to see that, yo, you got it.
Because I remember watching that video and it seemed like he knew what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
But he just couldn't get it. So the fact that you say later on, it was a different song. And then he got it because he understood the concept, but with that song he just couldn't hit it. He needed to just hit it. Right now he can probably just hit any song now that he hit it, but you just need to hit it that one time.
Yeah, he's about that stuff. The mayor
of the gosh darn no socks, bro. I can cheers you just a little bit. I'm gonna get my refill right now. What do we got? No, we're not doing bad. What else do you think? Anything on the list you got there, bro?
Well, nah.
Zero things. Everything that was on your or I'm still not talking about the list, even though they probably just saw you look at the list on the video. Right? Or no?
So you write anything lately?
I put one out.
Huh?
I put one out over the weekend, but I didn't really look too hard about what happened with it because that was the one that
that you had in the canon.
In the draft. No, so there was one so when I spoke about it, whatever we talked about, there was one that I had ready to go. We talked about it, I hit it, but then there was one that I had written before that, and I had also tightened that one up a little bit because that one started talking about this actually. So the one that we were talking about the other week wasn't this one. It was written. So the latest one that I posted was before the one we talked about last week, written before, but then I posted it after. So, and that one, actually, I kind of like that one. I don't like much of my most recent stuff because I'm kind of a little bit picky.
Yeah.
Like because there was a break, right? And what I did. And then when I came back, I was like trying to write. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, all right, I need to write. It's a goal of mine to start my blog again.
Yeah.
Right. So I wrote 2. But it just felt like I was forcing it. And then I forget what the one after that was called. But then I wrote a third. The third one was just like, I felt like getting up and writing.
Do you know what it was about? You remember what it's about?
Do I remember what it's about? It was actually about letting go of that. The fact, I think I started by saying basically the last 2 that I started to write, I was really just, I don't know what I was doing. It wasn't real. It wasn't kind of, not that it wasn't real. It wasn't authentic. It was basically, it was just, I'm gonna write how I feel right now.
Yeah.
So off the top of my head, to be quite honest with you, no, I don't remember what it was exactly about, but that one was just one that was just, all right, I tried to write, and then I just wrote one. So that was
So there was nothing
before.
significant. There was nothing impactful. There's nothing that you found that you got rid of in there, like that you like go in there.
Not really, I guess, right? Not really. I mean, I think when I say not really, that's to mean maybe I think I would look back at them and think that they're all impactful in some way, right? So it wasn't impactfully any different than anything else would have been. It was a a statement in time that I think I talked about before. I look at it, I know exactly what's been happening at that point in my life or what was going on.
Relationship wise, social commentary,
just everything, right? Just in general. Like I think what is it? I'm the sum of a lot of pieces, I guess, right? And I take in a lot, and try to take in as much information as I can to be able to like kind of move forward and understand. I think the more knowledge is power. The more information, the better. So, I don't know. At the time, it was just, I guess I'd always say it is what it was at the time, right? And
where do you get most of the information from?
It doesn't matter, I think, right? I mean, I guess, yes, I guess asking that question, I get a lot of information from, I don't know, I got a couple news feeds that I like, right? Like I got some stuff tailored. Well, I mean, so I'm an Apple guy, a little bit, right? Just a little bit, I mean, all Apple everything, but so they have certain things that just get me exactly what I want, what I look for, right? And I try to stay current.
All my news feeds talk about Elon Musk.
Well, I mean, I think mine do as well, because I'm in my news feeds, it's like a little bit of, I always want to know just a little bit of, all right, what's everybody else talking about?
Yeah.
Right? There's a little bit of that over here. And then over here is just, what I want to talk, tell me about, the Buffalo Bills, tell me about a little bit of Bitcoin, tell me a little bit about whatever, just different certain things that I like to figure out or understand, or tell me about this travel, tell me about travel, a little bit about travel here in Canada, travel stuff like that. And then there's always room for some of the crazy shit too, right? Like, oh, what are those fucking people talking about over there? So like I try to be diverse, I guess, and just what comes in, and then if something interests me, because it's more about, because what you find with the media or the information, everybody talking about the same shit, right? But everybody talks about it in a different way. Everybody has a different point of view,
their own perspectives
on what they're talking about. So I find it's good to take in, all right, it's like watching, when you watch the difference between like Fox News and CNN kind of shit. If anybody that watches American politics a little bit, right? CNN's very anti-Trump. Fox News is very pro-Trump. So
right.
I watch both, and it's not necessarily, it doesn't become then about their opinions because they're talking about the same shit. It does speak to their opinions, just to hear, okay, why do you people think like this? And why do you people think like this? Might not change the way I think about it per se, like overall, right? It's just helping me it helps me understand a little bit better, right? So I like to see.
So you'd be able to discern from the information you're getting.
Let me let me decide what I like, right? Don't most media feel like as people are going through things, it's like they select when they're looking for their preferences, right? It's either this or that.
Yeah.
Right. But when I like, okay, tell me both about this subject, please. Don't just tell me about one side of this. I don't want to just see CNN. Let me get some Fox News too. Right.
It's crazy. I was at I was at my son's soccer game the other day, right?
Mm.
And I guess there was a group of parents from the other team, and they're all chatting. And then all of a sudden, they got into the conversation about CNN and Fox News,
Mm.
and they just started berating each other about how could you listen to that? How could you listen to
Yeah.
that? How could you listen to that? You know what I mean? Like, and it got to the point where they
They
were
couldn't
all
even
super
talk.
friendly, and then they were not friendly anymore because one person was like, "How can you listen to Tucker Carlson? He's like da 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 blah 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 blah."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and they were just like thinking each other was both so stupid for listening to the news, unless they
Yeah.
both listened to. You know what I said? And I feel like at the end of the game, like they didn't even say bye to each other.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and
Well, because sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
no, and I guess I was come to the point to say like it's all one topic that they're talking about, but just the way that these news outlets are delivering the information on the particular topics,
Yeah.
it's for their own general cause and their own general purpose. You know what I mean? Like it's like at the end of the day, who's supporting this channel, right? Like
Yeah.
who's funding a particular channel, right?
And what do they want to hear? Yeah.
And you have to and they have to deliver the news in the manner that supports the funders, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's crazy. And then for instance, now if I have a take on a certain topic that the news is talking about, and I want to share it with you, like for instance, when me and you speak now and we want to post it on our social media, we got to be
Yeah.
careful of the things that we say, because then we get stuck with that big fat label that says misinformation, you know?
Yeah. It's true.
And sometimes people are speaking truths. Sometimes people are speaking truth, but they get slapped with the label of misinformation because it's not in line with what the outlets are deeming are in line with what they think.
And it changes based on where and that's what you find as well when you look at both sides of it. The things that each side censors, right, is also a little bit different. The way that the information comes in is a little bit different. So if you're on one side, you're definitely getting a certain type of bias. You're getting fed certain information, right? On the other side of it, you might not be. I gotta take one of those breaks that you took a second ago.
Yeah, man.
I can hear you though, so do commercials, but you're not going to be able to hear me.
All right. So this week on Pizza in the Break Room, Sean and Jay table the topics of misogyny, homelessness, prostitution, and restitution. And restitution, prostitution. Will we be able to cure these ills in our society? And do we want to? We'll be back with more on Pizza in the Break Room. Who brought the pizza? Sean and Jay brought it.
Oh, that's funny stuff. That's good stuff. That's good. That's a big list of things that we got to go through. Jeez.
So you ready for prostitution? You're ready for restitution?
Yo, it's funny. It's actually funny that you, because even as we've been talking, I've been thinking about like, what the hell are we talking about? All right. And to me, I'm like, I don't give a shit like what we talk about. Whatever comes up, comes up. First of all, just in general. And even in terms of what comes out when we talk about a subject. Like I don't, like it's always been with you and I. Like I don't care, right? say what you got to say, talk what you got to talk. Your view is your view. So it's not that I struggle with what we talk about. I'm also like, oh, it really is. I don't think it matters with respect to the viewers. I don't think it matters what we talk about. Has always been the point of you and I talking, if that makes sense. So we'll see, because sometimes I'm like, do we want to talk about that? But I'm like, well, shit, it doesn't matter, like, well, we should talk about this, but does it matter? Doesn't matter, right? Like, so that's a little bit of an interesting dynamic for me right now. I know we were talking about it in general, about how the break room's been going.
Mm-hmm.
That was something that I had thought about a little bit in general, just in terms of, does it matter what we talk about, or is it that we talk about different shit?
Well,
and
I
just
think
kind of look at it.
If we are going to stay true to the messaging in the WhatsApp, it might need to matter.
Well, I mean, I think it all matters. So let me just say that first of all.
No. Okay, I get you.
Yes,
I get you. I'm not saying I'm not saying that you're saying that it doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is, for us to now launch a shuttle into the orbit,
right,
we're gonna probably have to start doing some mathematics, some ancestral mathematics, and calculate how we're gonna get the spaceship into the stratosphere. Right. So yeah, like right now we're in the space station. But now,
we're in the space station.
How are we gonna get these astronauts into space? Right. So
wait,
go ahead.
No, you know what I was thinking recently is, not that things take time, but things happen in their own time, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's a little bit different of a statement. So it's funny how there are some things that I think we might be behind on a little bit, right? In terms of maybe things we've spoken about right quick, or kind of brainstormed, on either end, right? Me or you, definitely. There's some things I'm like, we should be a little bit ahead on. I should be a little bit ahead on that, for example. But to the point of it being in its own time, it's also nice to see waves of, because at the end of the fucking day, it doesn't matter. We can talk all we fucking want, but if we're going to record it and show it to somebody, then hopefully one or two people watch and listen, have some sort of interest, right?
No, yeah, for sure.
So it is nice to see the way that some people have started to interact a little bit more. Number one, within our circle, and then our extended circle. But even like, look, we put something up on the SoundCloud, and I was actually personally surprised to see that. I don't know, maybe I know who those people were, but I don't think I knew who those people were up on the SoundCloud today, kind of commenting and checking on some stuff. So it does kind of show. Yeah.
Oh, right? Shoot, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so maybe it's because I hit the notification before you did, so the notification maybe wasn't shown or whatever, but it's like, it gives you a little bit of juice.
Oh shoot! So I should have checked so I can get some juice.
The juice is good. Like it's juice because, like I said, the circle, part of that circle is doing is, you see a little wave of stuff. I know the way that we kind of push our responsibilities kind of leads to me seeing certain things differently than you might see certain things a little bit. because we all each do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's nice to see a little bit of a bump or a push, regardless of, you put. I think we have our roles down a little bit, depending on who puts what where and who does what with what, who adds that to here, and that kind of stuff. Which is, of course, a work in progress, but that gives me the opportunity to see some things quickly, and that just says, oh man, that at the end of the day, this is just a conversation that we have. Sorry, weekly, right? Ish, right? Ish.
When you say that, today, one of my clients came in, and he's like, "Oh man, I see that you're doing like a podcast thing." And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." Like,
Yeah.
I'm just taking it as like, he's just giving me, this little support, like, hey man, that's cool. And he goes, yeah man, I watched a couple of your clips and I liked it, and I said I want to hear more, so I tuned in and I listened to your thing. And when he said that, I'm like,
really?
Real?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah man, I think it's really cool what you're doing, man. I go, and he's just saying that, I'm just feeling nice. I said, I'm gonna give this guy a good haircut today, man. I'll give him a good haircut today.
Good haircut. No, but it's funny you say that. Is one of my son's good friend is he's around this weekend. They're a little bit older. They kind of spread apart a little bit just in terms of geography, but he's around this weekend, and he came in and he's like, he sees the setup, he's like, yo, you doing the podcast? I'm like, yeah man, we're doing the podcast. He's like, I saw the episode you guys were talking about, is it Giannis? I think it was the Giannis episode or the Jordan episode or whatever. He's like, yeah, you guys are, he goes, that was good, man. I was like, so you like it? He's like, yeah. I was like, wicked. So, and now that I think about it, yeah, I've seen him as I, like I say, as I get to peruse a little bit more of the reactions and the things like that, then you might be able to see on a, like, especially on a real time basis when, you throw something on or I throw something on. It's nice a little bit to just, support's good always. Because like I said, to me, it's just me and you chatting at the end of the day. And, you look down a little bit, but you don't look down too tough at your list. And that's all it is, right? So giddy up from that perspective. That makes me feel a little bit of warm and fuzzy on the inside. A little bit. So yeah. That's what I got.
I think that was a good pie, a good slice.
Right?
Think we order another slice next week?
Now they know that it's weekly. Yeah, man.
All right, man. Well, we good?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Until next time, brother.
I'll see you in the break room next week, my brother.
Take care, man.
One time.
Big up.
It's in the break room.
All day.